Hello there, friend. It's Saeed Risalat, and I've got something really special for you. Ever wondered why I steer clear of social media? Well, in this video, I spill the beans on why I choose to stay off the grid. It's a casual chat where I share my personal reasons, and who knows, you might relate more than you think. So, grab your favorite drink, kick back, and let's dive into this together. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Here's an interesting fact. Did you know that the average person spends about 2 hours and 24 minutes on social media every day? That's a lot of scrolling. Maybe it's time to rethink how we spend our time. Join me in this video to explore why I choose to take a different path. It might just inspire you to do the same. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as intriguing as it is relatable. Why I steer clear of social media. Picture this. A world where you're not glued to your phone, where FOMO is a thing of the past, and where your time is truly yours. Sounds pretty tempting, right? In this video, I'll spill the tea on why I choose to live off the grid and how it's changed my life. So, if you're ready to break free from the social media shackles and reclaim your time, hit that play button and let's get started. Part 1. Diving in, life before social media, the good old days. Back before social media took over, life was simpler, don't you think? I remember growing up without the constant buzz of notifications and the pressure to post the perfect picture. It was a time when we actually talked to each other, face to face, and didn't rely on likes and comments for validation. I recall my childhood, running around with friends, playing games till the streetlights came on. We'd laugh, we'd argue, but most importantly, we were present in the moment. There was a certain magic in those unplugged interactions that I feel is missing today. One of my fondest memories was when my friends and I would gather at my place to watch our favorite movies. We'd argue over which movie to watch, then settle in with popcorn and soda, completely engrossed in the story unfolding on the screen. Those movie nights were the highlight of our week, and the joy we felt was real and unfiltered. I also remember the thrill of going on family vacations without the distraction of smartphones. We'd explore new places, try new foods, and make memories that would last a lifetime. I can still hear my dad's voice as he pointed out interesting landmarks or shared nuggets of history with us. Those trips were a time of bonding and discovery, free from the digital noise that surrounds us now. Dialogues. Friend. Hey, remember when we used to play hide and seek till late in the evening? Those were the days. Me. Oh, absolutely. Nothing beats the thrill of hiding and trying not to get caught. Dad. Back in my day, we didn't have smartphones to entertain us on road trips. We relied on good old-fashioned car games and each other's company. Me. That sounds amazing, Dad. I miss those simple times. In those pre-social media days, life felt more authentic, more connected. There was a sense of freedom in being able to live in the moment without the constant distraction of screens. As we'll explore in the next part, this nostalgia for a simpler time played a big role in my decision to opt out of the social media frenzy. Part 2. The decision, why I opted out. As I grew older, I started noticing how much social media was changing the way we interacted with the world. People were more focused on capturing the perfect picture or crafting the ideal status update than actually experiencing life. I found myself getting caught up in this cycle too, constantly checking my phone for updates and feeling like I was missing out if I didn't post regularly. One day, I had an epiphany. I was out for dinner with friends, and instead of enjoying their company, I was busy scrolling through my feed, liking pictures of people I barely knew. It hit me then that I was missing out on real connections because I was too busy trying to maintain a digital persona. I decided then and there that I needed a break from social media. I deactivated my accounts and took a step back to reassess my priorities. It wasn't easy at first. I felt a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, and a bit disconnected from what was happening online. But as time went on, I started to notice changes in myself. Dialogues: friend, hey, I noticed you haven't been posting on social media lately. Everything okay? Me: yeah, I just needed a break. I felt like it was taking up too much of my time and energy. Colleague: did you see what so and so posted on Facebook? It's hilarious. Me: actually, I haven't been on Facebook in a while. I'm trying to cut back on social media. I found that I was more present in the moment, more engaged with the world around me. I rekindled my love for hobbies that I had set aside, like painting and reading. I spent more time with my family, having meaningful conversations instead of just sitting in silence, each of us glued to our screens. But perhaps the most significant change was in my mental health. Without the constant comparison to others and the pressure to present a perfect life online, I felt happier and more content with who I was. I realized that my worth wasn't tied to the number of likes or followers I had, but in the relationships I nurtured and the experiences I had. So, why did I choose to opt out of social media? Because I wanted to live life on my terms, without the noise and distraction of the digital world. And let me tell you, it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Part 3: Life Unplugged: Benefits of a Social Media-Free Lifestyle. Living without social media has brought a sense of peace and clarity to my life that I never knew was possible. I no longer feel the need to constantly compare myself to others or seek validation from strangers online. Instead, I focus on living authentically and being present in the moment. One of the biggest benefits of living social media free is the increase in real, meaningful connections. Without the distractions of social media, I've been able to nurture my relationships with friends and family in a more meaningful way. I make an effort to reach out and connect with them on a deeper level, whether it's through a phone call, a handwritten letter, or a face-to-face meeting. Dialogues: friend, I love seeing your updates on social media. It feels like I'm right there with you. Me: actually, I've taken a break from social media, but I'd love to catch up in person and tell you all about it. Family member: why haven't you been posting on Instagram? We miss seeing your updates. Me: I've decided to take a step back from social media. I want to focus more on living in the moment and less on documenting my life online. Another benefit of living social media free is the increase in productivity. Without the constant distraction of notifications and news feeds, I find that I'm able to focus more on the things that truly matter to me. I've been able to pursue my hobbies and interests more passionately, whether it's writing, painting, or exploring the outdoors. Living without social media has also had a positive impact on my mental health. I no longer feel the pressure to present a perfect life online, and I'm more accepting of myself and my imperfections. I've also noticed a decrease in feelings of anxiety and stress, as I'm no longer bombarded with negative news and images from the digital world. Overall, living social media free has been a liberating experience. I feel more connected to myself and to the world around me. I encourage anyone who feels overwhelmed by social media to take a step back and reassess their relationship with it. You might be surprised at how much more fulfilling life can be when you're not constantly plugged in. Part 4. Join me. Tips for a balanced digital life. If you're feeling overwhelmed by social media and the digital world, you're not alone. It's easy to get caught up in the constant stream of information and the pressure to be always connected. But it doesn't have to be this way. Here are some tips to help you find a balance and live a more fulfilling life, whether you choose to stay off social media completely or just want to reduce your screen time. 1. Set boundaries. Decide how much time you want to spend on social media each day and stick to it. Use apps that track your screen time and remind you when you've reached your limit. 2. Be mindful of your use. Before you pick up your phone or log into social media, ask yourself why you're doing it. Are you bored? Lonely? Stressed? Try to address the underlying issue instead of using social media as a distraction. Dialogues. Friend, I spend hours on social media every day. I don't know how to stop. Me. I used to feel the same way. What helped me was setting a timer and only allowing myself to use social media for a certain amount of time each day. 3. Focus on real connections. Instead of relying on social media for communication, try to connect with friends and family in person or through phone calls and text messages. These interactions are more meaningful and fulfilling than likes and comments on a screen. 4. Find alternative ways to spend your time. Instead of scrolling through social media, try picking up a new hobby or spending time outdoors. You'll be amazed at how much more fulfilling these activities can be. 5. Practice self-care. Take care of your mental and physical health by getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising regularly. These habits will help you feel more balanced and less reliant on social media for validation. 6. Remember, it's okay to take a break. If social media is causing you more stress than joy, it's okay to take a break. Deactivate your accounts for a while and see how you feel. You might find that you don't miss it as much as you thought you would. By taking these steps, you can find a balance that works for you and live a more fulfilling life. Remember, social media is just one part of the digital world. There's a whole world out there waiting to be explored, so why not join me in living life unplugged? So, there you have it, folks. My journey to living life without social media. It hasn't always been easy, but it's been incredibly rewarding. By opting out of the social media frenzy, I've been able to reconnect with what truly matters. Real connections, meaningful experiences, and a sense of peace and clarity that I never knew was possible. If you're feeling overwhelmed by social media, I encourage you to take a step back and reassess your relationship with it. You might be surprised at how much more fulfilling life can be when you're not constantly plugged in. Join me in living life unplugged.